Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. In this video session, car data classes of one of the car data class amphibia, amphibians general characteristics, amphibians classes, what are their significances, we will discuss. Dear students, today topic tetrapod. The meaning of the tetrapoda, tetra means 4, poda means legs, which organisms are having consisting with in their body 4 limbs. 4 limbs, I mean 4 limbs and hind limbs. Okay, based on that 4 legs containing organisms. The 4 legs containing organisms here amphibians. See, imagine in with your brain, amphibians are having the 4 limbs. Reptiles are also having the 4 limbs, but some of the reptiles lose their limbs for their movable chances wise. And aves, sir, aves are having only 2 limbs, 2 only na, 2 legs only na. What about remaining 2 means 4 limbs are modified into the wings. And then mammals is the best example to us. Okay, we are only best example. We have also 4 appendages, 4 limbs and hind limbs. So based on that 4 legs, that organisms are kept into the tetrapod group, superclass. That tetrapod superclass divided into amphibia, reptilia and then aves, mammalia. And then classes here first, tetrapod first class amphibia. Amphibia meaning enna, amphibia which organisms can able to show the dual life survivability, that organisms are called as a amphibia. So organisms can survival at water places and then land places, terrestrial places also. Such a dual survivability nature containing organisms are belongs to amphibia. Okay, then these amphibia general characters one by one I will tell. See, here amphibia general characteristics, these organisms we call as a cold blooded vertebrates. Idhukku munnadi Pisces, fishes, regarding fishes also we discuss about these one. Cold blooded organisms anna, that organisms cannot maintain their body temperature constantly. Oftenly they can able to change their body temperature by atmosphere influence. If atmosphere influence, if at environmental temperature 4 degrees or 15 degrees, based on that the body temperature also will be changed. Such a type of organisms are called as a cold blooded animals. Here that animals belongs to vertebrate group, because of amphibians are belongs to vertebrata superclass na. So vertebrata superclass, one of the class amphibia. Now another characteristics of amphibia, body is divided into head and trunk. Here one of the part is missing. That missing mean when you comparing the amphibia organisms with Pisces, Pisces are having the tail. Here tail part is not at present. But maximum amphibians organisms body only contains head and trunk. But some of the less number of amphibia organisms contain the tail itself also. Based on the tail presence in the amphibians, that organisms called as a urodela. Last of these video session I will tell you about urodela. See here the body is divided into the head and the trunk, some of the organism tail also present, and the total body covered by the skin. That skin always having the moisture, that skin play an important role in the respiration itself also. And then these moisture skin without scales, these without scales, okay, these without scale containing skin containing with a gland. Here why it is a gland is significant. These glands are maintain the moisture of the skin. Not only that, sometimes these glands are poisonous glands also is there. In amphibians body, some rare amphibians body, poisonous glands also is there in the skin. Okay, then next character, a pair of limbs, based on the pair of two pairs of limbs only we called as a these amphibians is a one of the tetrapod. So here two pairs of limbs, in that limbs containing with digits 4 to 5 digits are there. That digits does not have claw. Instead of the claw, that digits having bearing with a web. In between of these fingers, I mean digits, those and all having a skinny leathery tissue. That leathery skin we call as a web. These web useful for swimming in the aquatic media. So amphibians having the forelimbs and hind limbs. That forelimbs and hind limbs consisting with containing with 4 to 5 fingers like digits are there. That digits not yet have any claws, but they are having the web. Okay, follow it. Then pointer, place focus it na. Amphibians are the first vertebrates to have the tongue. These are the first time we see in the tongue in the vertebrates. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி vertebrate one of the class Pisces, super class Pisces we discussed. In that Pisces we discuss about the teeth, but we doesn't discuss any tongue. Teeth are there, that teeth also modified from the placodermy. Remember now, here first time in the vertebrate group tongue is present. Okay, that tongue is in the muscular in nature. Another, that muscular nature tongue protrusible. Okay, then that tongue is useful for the purpose of the mastication and deglutition wise. It is a buccal cavity wise, it is a play an important role mastication wise. And then next characteristic, the true tongue have the muscular and protrusible nature. And then respiration takes place by the different organs based on their environmental conditions. What are that? One is a gill, another one is a lungs, and buccopharyngeal cavity. Buccopharyngeal cavity lining place onwards, it can able to respire, breathe. So based on their survival places, if organism is located in the aquatic places, that is belongs to gills. If organism is belongs to terrestrial places, that will respire through the lungs. Sometimes the skin onwards, buccopharynx onwards also, I mean just nostrils like structures. At the nasal places above the tongue, above the mouth, they are having the buccopharyngeal holes. By that buccopharyngeal holes onwards, it can able to do the performing the respiratory mechanism. Okay, then next one, 3-chambered heart. Now in this time recall the previous video concept. Pisces having the how many chambers heart? 2-chambered heart. Now anatomically heart is little bit developed. Here I will recall that first Pisces heart containing the 2 chambers. That 2 chamber, upper chamber is a atrium, lower chamber is a ventricle. Upper chamber, so their fishes heart we called as a venous heart or else a branchial heart. Because of it supply the carbon dioxide blood to gills. Heart only supply the blood to only gills, so that's why branchial heart. But here not like that. Here atriums are 2 and ventricles are 1. Totally how many chambers? 3 chambers. So when the heart containing with 3 chambers, it little bit development of the vertebrates indicates double circulation. Double circulation. Double circulation anna meaning heart will get 2 times and 2 type of blood. Heart will get the blood in 2 times, that too 2 type of blood. Oxygenated blood also will receive, deoxygenated blood also will receive. Heart will gather the blood oxygenated and deoxygenated. Such a type of circulation called as a double circulation, but here incomplete double circulation because of only one ventricle only is there. By the presence of the one ventricle, it is the not yet shows complete digestion. It is shows the incomplete double circulation. Sorry. Then very important circulatory mechanism, circulatory system is there. One is a hepatoportal system. Hepatoportal system and then renal portal systems are well developed. Hepatoportal system and renal portal system anna portal system mean here blood pumping without involvement of heart, that process is a portal system. Here basically in our body, any living organism's body, heart onwards all organs will get blood, but here some of the minor blood circulatory systems in between the 2 organs. Hepatoportal system, hepato means liver. Liver will get the blood from the intestinal places. If the food items, any toxic substances is there after digestion, that digested food through the blood circulation, it will reach the liver. Liver will purify toxic substances, or it will remove. Such a nature conducted by the hepatoportal system. Hepatoportal system. Then renal portal system. Renal is a shortcut name of kidney. Renal portal system. Okay, these renal portal system from the intestinal places onwards, it will send to the blood to up to kidneys. That is a renal portal system. These somewhat of developed portal systems are present in these amphibians. Hepatoportal and renal portal systems are very well developed. And then next red blood corpuscles cells. In the circulation time regarding blood want to discuss that red blood cells are there. That red blood corpuscles are in the shape, in the ovalin shape, biconcave and nucleated. Why they are mentioned these nucleated? Here these RBC cells of the amphibians differ from the mammalian blood because of mammalian RBC not yet nucleated. RBC not yet present any nucleus, but hemoglobin, these amphibians organisms are nucleated biconcave ovalin shape. Okay, that is about the RBC corpuscles. And then skull is dicondylic. Skull is dicondylic nature. Condyles, skeletal system explanation time I will tell about condyles. But here you should be remember skull is a dicondylic skull. Di means 2. How many condyles are there? 2 condyles are there. That 2 condyles skull is present. I think so. Pisces time skull is monocondylic skulls we discussed. Okay, I taught to you. But here little bit developmentation we seen in the skull because of skull containing nature we call the craniata. That crania or skull in the nature of the dicondylic skull. This is about amphibia, some of the general characteristics. Here another characteristics, 10 pairs of cranial nerves. I think so. This character is similar with Pisces. Pisces also, fishes also only having the 10 pairs of cranial nerves. So sometimes in the NEET what type of questions they will ask, which one is a character is a similar in the both Pisces and then amphibian characters. So 10 pairs of cranial nerves is a similar character in both amphibians and Pisces. And the next one, eyes are having the eyelids. Comparatively, we should be remember when you discuss about the Pisces, eyes are eyelids, eyelashes are not at there. But here eyes are having the eyelids, nothing but the protection is somewhat of there comparing with the previous video concepts. And then ear, these and all sense organs now. Ear having the very important structure, that is a tympanium, eardrum. Generally we called as a eardrum. That eardrum tympanium is present in the external ear. Here our outside ear and middle ear, the middle ear are present in the external ear ending position, one leathery structure, just like any musical instruments of beating musical instruments on the surface area, they are having the leathery structure. That type of leathery structure tympanium is there. That tympanium will receiving the vibrations from the atmosphere. So good audible sense is present in these tetrapods, okay, amphibians. Okay, then next one, another character, single ear ossicle. Basically 3 ear ossicles we seen in the previous video classes. But in the amphibians, single ear ossicles, columella oris, that we call as a columella oris. Okay, at columella oris is present in the at the place of the middle ear. So middle ear also some little bit developmentation we seen. And then alimentary canal, urinary open, and then reproductive tract. Alimentary canal, basically alimentary canal is open into the anus pore, but here anal pore is not there. Urinary bladder is open into the urethra, but here urethra is also not there. And then reproductive tracts are open into the proper openings of, if it is male, if it is female is a vagina, like the type of openings, a particular individual opening is present in the some of the developed organisms. But here amphibian organisms are these alimentary canal, urinary bladder and reproductive tracts are all combinedly opening into the one common chamber. That common chamber called as a cloaca, very important character. Okay, a common opening of the alimentary, digestive and excretory and reproductive tracts, that is a common chamber is a cloaca. That cloaca will opening into the one hole, that hole is called as a cloacal apparatus or aperture, cloacal aperture. So this is the one of the significant characteristics of these amphibians. Then next point, nitrogenous waste material of these amphibians is urea, because of when the organism is adapted to on the terrestrial places, the terrestrial places water availability is very less comparing the aquatic media. So if ammonia releasing wise they need more water. So terrestrial wise not at availability of more water, so that's why nitrogenous waste material send out in the form of the urea. But you should be remember exceptions of larva of amphibia. Amphibia larvas are excrete the ammonia itself, because of when the amphibian organisms are breeding time, those organisms are going to in water media only fertilization, external fertilization will happens, that eggs will develop into the larva forms, that is called tadpole larva. That tadpole larva lead their life in the water media, so that tadpole larvas are excreting the nitrogenous waste material in the form of the ammonia. When the tadpole larva become a adult one, again that adult one can survive the terrestrial places, so it will again change in the nitrogenous waste material in the form of urea. So always that nitrogenous waste material excretion depends upon the in which place they are surviving. So you should be remember amphibian larvae are excrete the ammonia, not urea. Okay. Then urinary bladder is there, that urinary bladder stores the urine in the inside of urinary bladder up to excretion. Okay. Next point, kidneys are mesonephric. Kidneys are mesonephric, that means developed nephrons containing kidneys are there. But when the organisms are larva condition, those are having the protonephric, because urea excretory wise they need developed nephrons. Because of developed nephrons are reabsorbing of the water particles very efficiently. Mesonephrons containing kidneys are absorb the water very efficient. Okay. Then next pronephric kidneys are not yet absorb water much more, because pronephric condition organisms are present in the water media, not necessary to efficient absorption of water. So that is the important variations in the larvas to adult one. Larvas are ammonia excreting wise they are having the pronephrentic. Here the urea excretion wise they need mesonephric. You should be remember these words. Some of the statement based they will ask. They will give statements. Amphibians kidneys are mesonephric. In the larvas they are containing with pronephric. Like several statements they will give. How many statements are correct, or which one is the correct statement, like the type of statement based they will ask. So concept you should be understand properly. And then sex is separate. I am telling about the reproductive system. Reproductive sex is different. And then external fertilization, both male and female organisms are separate. That will shows the external fertilization. Basically these organisms are shows, amphibian organisms are shows hibernation process. Estivation process, not hibernation. Estivation process when the summer season, when the amphibians are getting unfavorable situations, it will go in somewhat of deeper places of the soil, take some long sleep in the summer season. Then when the summer season completed after, that organisms will come out by the rainfalls, it start to breeding process. Okay. That is the reason in the raining after some of the raining season rains after, frog sounds are very more few frog sounds we will observing our surrounding places, I mean some of the village places. Okay. Then here external fertilization, and then oviparous nature, indirect development, they are exhibiting the indirect development. And many amphibians shows parental care after giving the birth to their children's, I mean their offsprings. That offsprings are getting protected by their parental. Okay, that is called parental care. Example is a buffo, rana. This is a general frog. Okay, buffo is present in some of the different places, water restricted places, and salamander, tail containing, salamander having the tail, and ichthyophis. These are the several amphibians examples of amphibia class. Now important point I forgot conveying in the beginning. Here I mentioned mouth containing with tooth, that tooth are acrodont. Acrodont anna teeth arrange on the above the jaws, not at jaw socket, that is called acrodont. Homodont, all teeth are in the same type, that is called homodont. Polyphyodont, several times it will be fall down again regain. So based on the arrangement of the teeth, here acrodont present on the jaw surface area, not at jaw socket, that is called acrodont. Homodont teeth, everything is the same condition, that is called homodont. Polyphyodont means in the lifetime of the organism, how many times teeth are regenerate, that is called polyphyodont. I mean more number of times are regenerate means that is called polyphyodont. Now in this time, for understanding, we are the diphyodont. We are the diphyodont because of in our life we are getting the teeth in 2 times. We are the heterodont. Our teeth are 4 type of teeth we have present in the buccal cavity. Incisors, canines, premolars, molars. But here homo, all teeth are same. And acrodont, teeth are arranged in the jaw surface, but our teeth are present in the jaw socket. So when the teeth are lost out, when you touch with that lost place, it has something pit. That type of pits are jaw sockets. But here the jaw socket arrangement is not at there, so that's why the teeth arrangement acrodont. Homodont, all the teeth are same nature. Polyphyodont, many more times of repeatedly produce of their teeth when they are lost. How many times they are lost? Okay, this is about a general characteristic. Again, you should be remember columnar iris. It is present in the one of the sensory ossicles in the ear, that should be remember. And then cloaca is a common opening of the alimentary and urinary and reproductive tract columella. And then changes of their nitrogenous waste material based on their conditions, environmental conditions, based on their development. If the larva conditions in water, ammonia. If the terrestrial place, if adult one, that is a urea, that you should be remember. And 3 words I mentioned in this place, that is the 3 orders. Amphibia divided into the 3 orders. That 3 orders meanings is enough. 3 orders meaning. Apoda. A means without. Poda means leg. Limbless. Here example time I wrote one example. Ichthyophis. This ichthyophis is example for these apoda. Because of ichthyophis does not have any limbs. So that's why ichthyophis is a limbless. That limbless amphibians are everything kept into the apoda. That meaning is enough. Okay. Then Urodila. Some of the amphibians are having the tail. Uro means tail. In the beginning of some of the videos time I said urochordata. Notochord presence in which place? Tail. So uro always indicates the tail. Poda means Urodila, tail containing organisms. Here salamander. When you see the amphibian organism salamander is a best example for Urodila. Okay, Nana? Then Anura, tailless. That organisms not yet have any tailless. 4 limbs are there. 4 limbs. So based on here, Bufo, Rana, these and all belongs to Anura. Apoda, Urodila, Anura. Apoda, podaless, limbless. Urodila, tail containing amphibians. Anura, tailless amphibians. This is totally the general characteristics and some of the basic classification of amphibia.